In this video, we will discuss Introduction to Java. What is Java? Java is a popular programming language created in 1995. It is owned by Oracle, and more than 3 billion devices run Java. It is used for mobile applications, especially Android apps. So mostly all of your Android apps in your phone are built using Java programming language. Desktop applications, web servers and application servers, games, database connection, and much more. Why use Java? Java works on different platforms including Windows, Mac, Linux, Raspberry Pi, etc. It is one of the most popular programming language in the world. It is easy to learn and simple to use. It is open source and free. It is secure, fast, and powerful. It has a huge community support, tens of millions of developers. So if you have questions regarding how to write codes in Java, you can just type in and search in Google, and many developers, Java programmers, can answer your questions regarding programming tasks. Java is an object-oriented language which gives a clear structure to programs and allows code to be reused, lowering development costs. As Java is close to C++ and C#, it makes it easy for programmers to switch to Java or vice versa. If you are learning Java, then it will be easy for you as well to learn and code C++ and C#. These are other programming languages that are popular nowadays. Java syntax. The syntax is what we usually follow in writing codes in Java. In this example, we have a block of codes that is written and saved as main.java. Here, in this code, we have declared the class as main, as shown in the line public class main. Inside the class, there is the starting curly brace, and at the end of the class, there's the end curly brace. Inside these curly braces, there's the main method. Public static void main string args, this is how we declare our main method. This is basically the starting point of your program and is what the first to be executed once you run and compile your program. And within your main method, there's another opening and closing curly braces. Inside this curly braces, the actual codes are written. So in this example, we have system.out.println hello world. This command is what we use to print something on our program. Note, Java is case sensitive. My class with capital letters M and C and my class in small letters has different meaning. The name of the Java file must match the class name. That means your class name must be the same with the name of your file. In this example, the file name is main.java. It's the same with our class name, which is public class main. The main method. The main method is required and you will see it in every Java program. It is declared as public static void main, open parenthesis, string, straight brackets, args, close parenthesis. Any code inside the main method will be executed. We have the command system.out.println open and close parentheses. Inside the main method, we can use the println method to print a line of text to the screen. For example, in this set of codes, public static void main string args, inside it, we have a system.out.println hello world. We are simply displaying the text that is inside the print method, and that is hello world. Note, the curly braces marks the beginning and the end of a block of code, and each code statement must end with a semicolon. So we have here the application that you will be using for your first programming task. And this is called NetBeans. So we will begin by clicking on the File, New Project, and then click Java Application, click Next. And you'll have to specify here the name of your project. So for example, let's say this is our example 1. And you also have to specify the name of your class. In our example 1 showed earlier, we have named it as main. Click Finish. So as you can see, in this interface, there are a lot of things that were generated, including some comments that we will be discussing later. And we can just delete this for you to see a cleaner view of our code. So first you'll have here package name is the example 1, and the name of the class is main, and inside the main method we have the public static void, the main method. So again, this is the method. So I will be writing here a comment describing that this is our main method and this is our main class. So inside the class, we have the main method. Inside the main method, we will be writing here, as shown in our example, the system out println command hello world. So here, this command again will show us or print into our screen the string that's inside the parenthesis, which is hello world. Now we will see the output of this program by clicking on the green button, or you can just right click and click run file, or you can press Shift F6 using your keyboard. And here it's compiling and running, and if there are no errors, then you will see the output in this output window, and that is hello world. For example, you will have to replace this string to hello Philippines and run again our code. You would see the output hello Philippines. And you can also write another statement here if you want to add a new output statement. Hello Philippines, hello Davao. Click run, and you would see in our output hello Philippines, hello Davao. Notice that every statement in our main method are ended with semicolon. You have to take note of that as we go along into our discussion in writing codes using Java. Next, we have Java comments. Comments are usually written by programmers for readability purposes and to describe the purpose of their codes, and sometimes for organizing their codes. This first example uses single line comment before a line of code, and this comment starts with double slash. So the comment reads, "This is a comment." Then after that is the line of code, which is the print method. The second example uses a single line comment at the end of a line of code. So you see that the comment is written after the print method. So take note that if your comment is just to be written in one line, you have to use the double slash. But if your comments is composed of 2 or more lines, we will be using the multi-line comments, and we use the slash asterisk asterisk slash for multi-line comments. As shown in this example, the comment is, the code below will print the words "Hello World" to the screen, and it is amazing. The comment started with the slash asterisk and it ended with the asterisk slash. Then followed by the code system.out.println hello world. We use again the double slash for short comments and slash asterisk asterisk slash for longer comments. Next, we have Java variables. Variables are containers for storing data values. In Java, there are different types of variables. For example, string, int, float, char, boolean. In writing programs, it is necessary for us to store temporarily or permanently some values. Values can be data that are numbers or strings or characters or boolean. So they have what we call the data types. So the strings data type stores text such as hello. String values are surrounded by double quotes. The int stores integers or whole numbers without decimals, such as 123 or negative 123. The float stores floating point numbers with decimals, such as 19.99 or negative 19.99. The char stores single characters, such as the character A or the letter B. The char values are surrounded by single quotes. Boolean stores values with two states, true or false. Now, how do we declare or create variables in our programs? To create a variable, you must specify the type and assign it a value. The syntax that we need to follow is this. The data type, variable, equals value, where type is one of Java's types, such as an int, a string, a character, a double float, and variable is the name of the variable, such as x or name. The equal sign is used to assign values to the variable. To create a variable that should store text, look at the following example. Create a variable called name of type string and assign it the value John. We have here the string data type, next followed by the name of the variable name and equal sign, then the value is John. Take note that there is double quotes in this value because the data type is string. Next line of code is we use the print method to display the value of the variable name. Next example is to create a variable that should store a number. Look at the following example. Create a variable named mynum of type int and assign it the value 15. So we have here the data type is int. Previously, we used the string data type. Now, it's a number, so we declare it as int. And the value or the name of the variable is mynum, and its value is 15. Next, we print the value of mynum. Now, the value of mynum is 15. Next, if you want to declare a variable without assigning the value, then we can do so and assign the value later. For example, we have here int data and the variable is mynum. The assignment is on the next line. Mynum is equals to 15. Then we print the value of mynum. Note that if you assign a new value to an existing variable, it will overwrite the previous value. For example, if you want to change the value of mynum from 15 to 20, we have the following code. Int mynum is 15. Now we change mynum's value to 20. Now we print the value of mynum. Now let's take a look at this example. Let's say this is our example 2. In this case, I didn't change the name of the class. So the name of the package is example 2, the name of the class is example 2, and the file name is example2.java. So we can again remove the comments for cleaner view. And let's write our first variable. So let's say that we want to declare a string variable. Say string name equals John. Do not forget the semicolon. And then we want to print what is the value of name. So to print, you'll have to use the method system.out.println name. In this case, we don't use anymore double quotes because we are referring to the value of the variable. Now, what do you think is the output of this statement? Let's run. The output is John. Okay? Because the value of name is John. Let's say you want to print another one, string last name. Say that the last name is Chu. Do not forget the semicolon. And then let's also print the last name. Semicolon again. So we'll have the value of name and the value of last name. Run. And we will see John Chu. This is the value of name printed, and next to that is the value of last name printed. What if we want the output to be printed in just one line? Now we can use another type of print method. So instead of using this, we can use the print without the ln method. Here we have the print method. The other is print ln method. The difference of the two is that the println method will print a new line after the statement, while the print method will only print the value without a new line. A new line is equivalent to the enter key in your keyboard. So, for example, if we use print and the name, it will not, or the cursor of the next statement will not go to the next line. If we run this, you will see that John is printed and then followed by shoe without a new line before it. Now, what if you want to print a space here between John and shoe? You can add here another print statement. You can add another print statement. Print a space and run. So there's the John printed, and then the space, and then the shoe. There's another way, which is you can print the space right after the name, and we will use the plus sign for that. Plus the space, and we can delete the second print method. So we have the name printed followed by a space and then the last name. So if we run this, you will see the same output. So another example is creating an integer variable. So the data type is int. Let's say my num equals 15. So when do you decide that your variable must be declared as an integer? So that is when the value of that variable must be a whole number. For example, your age is a whole number. Your grade can be a whole number. And so we'll have here int my num 15. Then let's say we want to print 15 or my num, system.out.println. You'll have the value of my num, which is 15. Another example is if you declare my num without a value and then you declare it later on, my num equals 15. So this is okay. You declare my num without a value, and then after that you declare or assign a new value to my num. So again, the value of my num is 15. So let's say you have another statement here. My num equals 20. So first, my num's value is 15, and then because you have this new statement, the value of my num 15 will be replaced. So the value of my num, the newest value of my num is 20. So that's how you declare variables. Next, we have final variables. However, you can add the final keyword if you don't want others or yourself to overwrite existing values. This will declare the variable as final or constant, which means unchangeable and read-only. Example, final int my num equals 15. Here we added the word final. And then we added a new line. my num equals 20. This statement will generate an error because my num is set to be final. It cannot be changed. So it should always be 15. If you changed it and you declared it as final, then it will give you an error message. Other types. A demonstration of how to declare variables of other types. These are examples of those types that we did not demonstrate. We have shown how to declare a variable using int. Now if you use float, you have to use float and then your name of variable. What are examples of variables that you can use as a float? Those are your, say, your salary. It has a decimal number, or other numbers or decimal numbers. Those must be declared as float. This is equals to 5.99. Then you have to write here an F if it's a float number. Next, a car, my letter. If you want to store only one letter or one character, then you should use car. Here, we store the character D. Next, you have the boolean, my bool. Then my bool is declared as boolean, so its value is either true or false. Then we have the string, my text, so its value is enclosed with double quotes. In contrast with the character, it only has one single quote. Next, we have display variables. The println method is often used to display variables. To combine both text and the variable, use the plus character. This is what we showed in our demonstration. For example, you have the name equals to John, and then you print hello plus the name. So the value of the name is John, so it will print hello John. You can also use the plus character to add a variable to another variable. For example, here we have the string first name is equals to John and the last name is equals to Doe. Next, we have another variable full name is equals to the value of first name, which is John, plus the value of last name, which is Doe. You put them together, that will be the value of full name. So the output of this one should be John Doe. For numeric values, the plus character works as a mathematical operator. Notice that we use int or integer variables here. Example, int x equals to 5, y equals 6, and we print x plus y. Now, because x and y are integers or numbers, the values are added here. So 5 plus 6 equals 11. The output here is 11. From the example above, you can expect that x stores the value 5 and y has a value 6. Now we print the method, or we print to display the value of x plus y, which is 11. Now, if you want to declare many variables, that is also possible. To declare more than one variable of the same type, it should be of the same type. If you want to declare in one single line a lot of variables, It is okay as long as they are of the same type. Just use a comma separated list. For example, we have X here, we have Y here, we have Z here in just one line. But they are all integers. So you can declare int X equals to 5, comma, Y equals to 6, comma, Z equals to 50. And then we print X, which is 5, plus Y, which is 6, plus Z, Z, which is 50. So the output of this is 5 plus 6 plus 50 equals 61. Next, we have Java identifiers. All Java variables must be identified with unique names. These unique names are called identifiers. Identifiers can be short names like X and Y or more descriptive names: age, sum, total value, my num, name, first name, last name, and so on. Note that it is recommended to use descriptive names in order to create understandable and maintainable code. Example. This is a good example. Int minutes per hour. This is the name of the variable, describing what it is supposed to store. And it's supposed to store the minutes per hour. Then that is equals to 60. The second example is okay, but not so easy to understand what m actually is. Int m equals 60.